In a hospital, patient care, patient safety is everything. Ensuring that care environment is a critical part of a facility manager's job. It's also really challenging. Keeping up with that documentation is a huge burden. Most of the customers we've visited have library carts filled with 3-ring binders. And updating those records, those paper records, every month, every day, every week, can be really tricky, especially when they're coming from many different sources. Like other facilities information, ARC Facilities keeps this simple. Customers love having all of that information available at the touch of their finger. And now we do the same for compliance. We've moved it all into an online digital vault. We cover the 3 main categories of compliance: environment of care, life safety, and emergency management. But more than just moving those 3-ring binders online, we've used technology to add intelligence to the process. Let's take a look. Here I am in my San Francisco campus, and you can see at the bottom of the screen, we've added a compliance button. Let me tap that. Here on the compliance screen, we have the 3 main chapters that affect facility managers: environment of care, emergency management, and life safety. Let's take a look at environment of care. As you can see, I've got 2 items indicating that they maybe need some attention. When I open it up, you can see all of the codes associated to environment of care, all of the various EC codes, so EC 01, 0101, and so forth. As I scroll through them, I can see the details of each code, and I can see there's an indication on the right that a couple of my codes maybe need a little bit of attention. Let's take a look at EC 0101. Opening that code, you can see it lists all of the elements of performance, and again, the indicator is leading me where I need to go. So let's take a look at EP7. The hospital has a written plan for managing the following: fire safety. Here on this screen, I can see the details of this element of performance. At the top, you can see the description. The hospital has a written plan for managing the following: fire safety. In this case, this is not an event that has regular occurrence or frequency to it, so none is listed, but it does have a documentation requirement, which is indicated by the red dot next to the word documentation. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and upload the fire safety plan, and I'll do that under supporting documents, which is where we would list policy documents or vendor contracts and any other kind of information we think is important for this element of performance. We'll cover the other sections later on. Tapping the Add button allows me to add either from within the ARC Facilities application or from this device. I'm going to go ahead and grab this from my device. I'll grab my fire safety plan, and you can see it's now been uploaded to this code. Once it's loaded, we'll have met the documentation requirement for this code, and the indicator will disappear, showing us that we are then current. Now let's go back and look at the other codes. EC 02, 03, 05 also needs some attention. When we open this one and scroll down to the element of performance that's highlighted, we can see it's EP6. Let's go ahead and open the details on that. Now in this case, the hospital tests electric motor-driven fire pumps monthly and diesel engine-driven fire pumps every week. All right, so this is an inspection that has to occur on a regular basis. Now it looks like I haven't set up the inspection yet, and I did just get the documentation from my contractor who does that testing for me. So let's go ahead and set up the inspection and then load those documents in. Let me go ahead and tap Inspections and create a name for my inspection. This will be the weekly diesel inspection. I'll set my frequency to weekly, and I would like a reminder 3 days prior, just so that I don't let this one go beyond that week. And let's go ahead and start this on Valentine's Day, February 14th. All right, so now that I've scheduled that inspection, you can see it's indicating that's an open item for me. I'm going to go ahead and open that inspection, and you can see here a list of all of the pending inspections. When I tap the inspection, it opens up a folder where I can now place my inspection documents. I'll go ahead and press Add, again picking from my device, and I'm going to grab the safety inspection. And if I'd like, I can add some additional information to that document. I don't need to do that here. We'll just press Done on that, and we'll let the document upload. And now that I'm done and I've completed that inspection, I can go ahead and press Review and Approve. Now I press Review and Approve, and we're done with this week's inspection. let's go back to the Element of Performance page. And since I'm here, I also want to upload some additional supporting documentation. Because I have it handy, and this is a great place to keep everything, I'm going to go ahead and upload the contract with the safety vendor that does these inspections for me. And I'm also going to go ahead and add my PO for this year's work. Now I have both of these documents available in case I need to reference them later on. Everything in one place. Lastly, I want to associate the fire pumps that I have in my equipment list with this code. That'll add them to my inventory. So you can see under Equipment, I'm going to go ahead and press Add, and I'll go ahead and search for the fire pumps. And I'll add these 4 fire pumps to this code. Now I've got my inventory of fire pumps associated to this code, and moving forward, all of the information about those pumps and the inspections can be found here. As I mentioned, because the system is intelligent, we also get reminders as to when inspections are due, and I can see if anything falls out of compliance. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at ARC Facilities Compliance module. If you want to know more, check us out on arcfacilities.com.